Hey, welcome yet to a brand new episode. I'm your host, Dr. Faith Elizabeth Nanyonga. If you're listening in today, I'd like to take this minute to thank you for each and every time that you tune in to listen to me as I teach about career development and personal development. Your support is invaluable to me, and I don't take it for granted. If it's your first time here, welcome to the Frame Solution podcast. And if you'd like to be a fan, there are 3 ways you can support this show and spread the love. Every single share, subscribe count matters, so do not think your efforts go unnoticed. The first way you could support this show is by leaving a review in Apple Podcasts. Reviews not only make the world a better place for me, as the podcast gets to many ears, but also rank our podcast higher in the podcast charts. You can subscribe to this podcast so that you do not miss out any episode as they are released. And also, you could choose to be a guest on the podcast by sending in an email. The email address is theframesolutions@gmail.com. Thank you once again. Hi, welcome yet to a brand new episode. You are listening to episode 22. I know it's been a while since I recorded an episode. I have been busy working on the website, and I should say it's now live and running. If you want to check out the website for this podcast, it's theframesolutions.com. Check it out and you'll find very valuable information that you could use to advance your career and develop as a person. So in today's episode, I'd like to talk about one thing, and this one thing is, if no one has told you, there's no one-size-fits-all career path. So growing up, we are told, go to school, get good grades, get to A-level, go to university, land your first job, and advance through the career path to get to the executive part of your path that you've chosen. But this is no longer the case. With globalization, improved technologies, with modernization, with the use of computers, and also the economic state around the entire globe, things have changed. Things are not done in the same way. This time in our life and this era and age, you need to have a strategic career plan to advance your career. You need to be strategic as you design the career that you want. So in this episode, I'm going to tell you that for you to advance your career, one more important thing that you need to do is to sit down and ask yourself this question. The question is, what is meaningful to me? What do I value? So you've heard of this saying that people say that if they gave you $10,000, would you wake up the next day and go to work? Many people have been asked this question and the answer is always no, because they just go to work to get the money to pay their bills. But if you want to build a very fulfilling, meaningful career, one important thing that you need to do is choose a career path that aligns with who you truly are. With who you truly are comes down to your skills, to your knowledge, to your expertise, to your ambitions, to your vision, and also to your weaknesses. You might ask, Faith, why are you talking about weaknesses? But if you know your weaknesses, you can leverage them to become better. You know some guy called Messi. You might have heard about him. He's a soccer player. Messi is predominantly left-handed. So he plays basically soccer using his left leg. And because his left leg is stronger than his right leg, he's leveraged his weakness of not having the right leg like everyone else expects footballers to be. And he's turned out to be one of the best players of soccer in the entire globe. So leveraging your weakness can get you ahead. You can leverage your weakness in different ways. I'll do an episode about this in the future, but in today's episode, we are concentrating on the fact that you have to understand what exactly is meaningful in your career path. I know as early career professionals or ambitious professionals, you face a lot of backlash, a lot of negativity, a lot of opinions, a lot of pressure from your peers, from your parents, from your relatives, telling you someone is getting ahead of you, someone is having a better job than you do, someone is doing this. People are landing opportunities left, right, and center, while for you, you are still at your starting job, or even you don't have a job. But if you sit down and evaluate exactly what is meaningful to me. Write down those points of what you find meaningful, what you value. And after you've written them down, link them back to your strength, link them back to your skills, link them back to who you are. If you answer this question, it becomes so easy for you to define your career path based on what you value, because it makes no sense for you to look for jobs left, right, and center if you're going to get a job and 2 months down the road you quit the job because it does not meet the necessities or the goals that you had positioned yourself. So sit down and figure out what matters to you. And if you can answer this question, you will be on your right path to get where you want to go. I'll give you a brief story about my career journey. I knew, from a very early age, that I wanted to pursue a medical research journey. While all the odds were against me, I didn't give up on that because I knew what my values are. Having grown up in Africa, specifically Uganda, where there are tropical diseases most of the times, like malaria, HIV, tuberculosis, and the like, I was like, you know what, Faith? I have to contribute towards the fight of these diseases. And that was one thing that kept me grounded. I knew that my main aim would be to go into my career path and focus on those skills that are needed to contribute positively towards the fight of infectious diseases. It's not been luck. It's been about strategic positioning. And over 10 years down the road, I am doing the job that I wanted to do when I was that young girl looking at what career path I wanted to do. I work for a biotech company where I'm making antiviral drugs to treat different viral infections. That's where I feel I'm contributing towards a meaningful life for other people and I'm living my meaningful career. So I want you to sit down and figure out that question. If you can find an answer to this question, you will be on your right path to devising a career path that aligns with your values, your skills, your interests, and your future ambition. I hope you've learned something from this episode. And if you have, please rate and review this podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts. Share it with your fellow early career professionals or ambitious professionals. And if you found it useful, you can even actually send in a voice note. Go onto the website and send in a voice note telling me what has resonated with you, what has helped you, and what have you learned in this episode. If you have anything else that you want me to talk about when it comes to developing your career, shoot me a DM on Facebook. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. The name is The Framed Solutions. I can't wait to speak to you in the next episode. Have yourself a lovely afternoon, evening, day, or even morning, wherever you're at. Stay blessed. Bye-bye for now. I hope you've learned something from this episode. And if you have, please rate and review wherever you listen to your podcast. Subscribe to this podcast. Share it with your family, friends, and those that you think are interested in career development. Also, follow me on the socials, which is Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. The username is The Frame Solutions. I can't wait to speak to you in the next episode. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.